The message notification lit up my tablet screen like an accusation in the darkness of my hotel room. 3 a.m., and I should have been sleeping before tomorrow's presentation. Instead, I found myself staring at words that didn't make sense. Couldn't make sense. Lost cabin hideout booked for next weekend. Make sure he thinks you're visiting your aunt again. My name is Colin, and until that moment, I thought I had a perfect life. CEO of my own consulting firm, married to my college sweetheart Amy, surrounded by trusted friends. Funny how a few lines of text can shatter everything you believe in. I hadn't meant to read Amy's messages. Her phone must have still been synced to our shared tablet, the one I'd grabbed last minute for the business trip. The screen kept lighting up with notifications, and that one phrase caught my eye. Make sure he thinks. He, me. My hands trembled as I opened the message thread. The sender's name hit me like a physical blow. Lonnie, my friend, my accountant, the man I'd trusted with both my business and personal finances for nearly a decade. Miss you already, read another message. Can't wait to feel your skin against mine again. The room spun. I stumbled to the bathroom and threw up, bile burning my throat. When I returned to the tablet, I couldn't stop scrolling. Hundreds of messages, months of deception. That transfer went through smoothly, Lonnie had written last week. Colin never checks the subsidiary accounts anyway, too trusting for his own good. My phone buzzed, a text from Amy. Hope your presentation prep is going well, honey. Miss you. I stared at her message, remembering how she'd kissed me goodbye this morning, how she'd helped pack my suitcase, how she'd suggested I take the tablet. Everything okay? She texted again. My fingers hovered over the keys. Play it cool, I told myself. Don't let them know. All good, I wrote back. Just reviewing some numbers. Numbers. I opened my banking app, hands shaking as I logged in. There it was, a transfer from one of our business accounts to an unknown destination, dated 3 days ago, $50,000. Love you, Amy texted. Get some sleep. I didn't respond. Instead, I screenshot the transfer, then returned to the messages between my wife and my accountant. Their words burned into my brain like acid. Soon, Lonnie had written yesterday. Everything's falling into place. He'll never know what hit him. My phone buzzed again. Talon, my CTO and best friend since college. Hey man, noticed some weird activity in the accounts. Probably nothing, but thought you should know. I took a deep breath, steadying myself. Thanks, I replied. Let's discuss when I'm back tomorrow. Tomorrow. I'd planned to stay through Friday, but that wasn't happening now. I needed to see for myself. Needed to understand how deep this betrayal went. I booked the first flight home, then sat in the dark, watching more messages pop up on the tablet. Each one a knife in my gut. Each one fuel for what I knew I had to do. Sweet dreams, my love, Amy texted Lonnie at 3:47 a.m. Can't wait until we don't have to hide anymore. I switched off my phone and opened my laptop. No more sleep tonight. Instead, I began to plan. They thought I was too trusting, too blind to see their betrayal. I'd show them exactly how wrong they were. The sun was rising as I finished booking my flight. In 4 hours, I'd be home. But first, I needed to make a few calls, starting with my cousin Natalie, the best forensic accountant I knew. Game on. I slipped into my house at noon, knowing Amy would be at her yoga class. The house felt different now, tainted. Every photo on the wall seemed to mock me with its manufactured happiness. My phone buzzed. Talon. You home already? Thought you weren't back till Friday. Meet me at the office in an hour, I texted back. Bring the backup drives. I headed upstairs to Amy's home office. She'd always been particular about her space, keeping it locked when she wasn't there. The key I'd had copied last year slid into the lock smoothly. Inside, everything was meticulously organized. Too organized. I pulled open the bottom drawer of her desk, lifting the false bottom I discovered by accident months ago. Back then, I thought it was cute she had a secret spot for birthday presents. The hidden phone bill made my stomach turn. I recognized Lonnie's number immediately, called dozens of times over the past month alone. Hey, you in there? Amy's voice froze me in place. She wasn't supposed to be home. I quickly replaced everything, closed the drawer. Yeah, surprise. Meeting got cancelled. She appeared in the doorway, wearing workout clothes. No sweat. Perfect makeup. You scared me. Why are you in my office? Looking for that contract from last month, I said, forcing a smile. Thought you had yoga? Oh, cancelled last minute. She kissed my cheek. I'm glad you're home early. Her perfume was different, stronger, covering something up. At the office, Talon was waiting in my private conference room, laptop open. Man, you look like hell. Pull up all transactions from the past 6 months, I said, closing the door. Focus on anything involving subsidiary accounts. He raised an eyebrow but started typing. This about those weird transfers I noticed. Just show me. Numbers filled the screen. Small amounts at first, growing bolder over time. All authorized by Lonnie, all technically legal, but carefully hidden in legitimate-looking transactions. Holy shit, Talon muttered. This is systematic. Someone's been... A knock interrupted us. Lonnie stood in the doorway, smiling that same friendly smile I'd trusted for years. Colin, thought you were presenting in Chicago. Change of plans. I gestured to the screen. Actually, good timing. We're reviewing some financial discrepancies. His smile flickered for just a second. Oh? Should I be concerned? Should you? I kept my voice neutral, watching him closely. I'll look into it right away, he said, pulling out his phone. Let me just make a quick call. No need, I cut him off. Talon's handling it, but I could use your help with something else. The Henderson account. Didn't Amy help you organize those files last month? He paused mid-dial. Yeah. She's been helping out occasionally. Very capable. Interesting. I remembered Amy telling me she'd never been to the office. When exactly did that start? I should check my calendar, he said quickly. Let me get back to you on that. After he left, Talon turned to me. What's really going on? I showed him the messages from the tablet. His face darkened as he read. Jesus Christ, he whispered. What are you going to do? First, lock down every account he has access to. Then, my phone buzzed with a text from Amy. Dinner with Lexi tonight. Don't wait up. Love you. I texted back immediately. Have fun with your sister. Then I called Lexi directly. Hey, quick question about dinner tonight. Dinner? She sounded confused. I'm in Miami until next week. Did Amy say we had plans? I kept my voice casual. Must have mixed up the dates. Talk soon. Hanging up, I met Talon's concerned gaze. I need your help, I said quietly, and I need you to not ask questions yet. He nodded slowly. Whatever you need, man. Whatever you need. 3 sleepless nights later, I sat across from my cousin Natalie in a coffee shop 2 towns over. No chance of running into anyone we knew here. These transactions are sophisticated, she said, sliding her laptop toward me. Someone with intimate knowledge of your business structure. Look at this pattern. The spreadsheet showed a web of transfers, each just small enough to avoid triggering automatic alerts. How much total? Nearly $500,000 over 8 months. Natalie's voice was clinical, professional. Whoever did this knows exactly what they're doing. My coffee went cold as she walked me through the details. Shell companies, offshore accounts, a paper trail that led nowhere and everywhere. There's more, she said, pulling up another document. An account in Amy's name, opened 6 months ago with a different bank. My phone buzzed. Amy. Working late tonight, honey. Don't wait up. Of course you are, I muttered, then looked at Natalie. How much is in that account? 80,000. Regular deposits, always under 10 grand. The bell above the coffee shop door chimed. I glanced up to see Talon walking in, right on schedule. Got what you asked for, he said, sitting down. He pulled out a small device, audio recorder, professional grade, plus software to access her phone remotely. Natalie raised an eyebrow, but said nothing. Any activity on the accounts I locked down? I asked. 3 attempted transfers this morning, all blocked. Talon leaned forward. Lonnie's getting nervous. He asked me twice about system upgrades. My phone buzzed again. This time it was Lexi. Hey, weird question. Did Amy mention anything about a cabin trip next month? She asked to borrow my hiking gear, but won't say what for. I texted back. No idea. When did she ask? Last week. Said something about needing to get away. I showed the messages to Talon and Natalie. They're planning something big. You need to talk to a lawyer, Natalie said. Like yesterday. Already did. Meeting him tomorrow. I rubbed my eyes. What I need now is... Colin? My mother's voice cut through the quiet cafe like a thunderbolt. I turned to see her standing there, concern etched on her face. Mom, what are you... I followed you, she said simply, pulling up a chair. You've been acting strange for days. Not sleeping, barely eating. She looked at the others. What's going on? I started to make an excuse, but the words wouldn't come. Instead, I handed her my tablet, open to the messages that had started it all. She read in silence, her face growing harder with each scroll. Finally, she looked up, eyes blazing. That little, she caught herself. How long have you known? 4 days. And you haven't confronted them? Not yet. I showed her Natalie's findings. I need to understand how deep this goes first. Mum reached across the table, squeezing my hand. You're doing the right thing, playing it smart. She turned to Talon. You're helping him? Every way I can. Good. She straightened in her chair. Now tell me everything, and I mean everything. As we filled her in, my phone lit up again. A message from Lonnie. Need to discuss Q3 projections. Dinner tomorrow. Perfect timing, Talon said, nodding at the recorder. Want to see what he let slip? I typed back. Sure, the usual place. You're not going alone, Mom said firmly. He won't be, Natalie assured her, already typing. I'll be at the next table with a clear audio feed. I looked at my family, by blood and by choice, gathered around that coffee shop table. For the first time in days, I felt something besides pain. I felt ready. The restaurant's ambient noise provided perfect cover as Lonnie settled into the seat across from me. Natalie sat 3 tables away, recorder hidden in her purse. Thanks for meeting, Lonnie said, ordering his usual scotch. Those account restrictions are causing some issues with our vendors. I sipped my water. Oh, which vendors specifically? He pulled out his tablet, scrolling through documents I now knew were falsified. Several of our international clients, the payment structures are complex, like the lost cabin payments. I watched his face carefully. His hand froze mid-scroll. What? The cabin, the one you booked for next weekend. I kept my voice casual. Sounds nice, remote. Color drained from his face. Colin, my phone buzzed. Amy. Having dinner with the girls, don't wait up. I turned the screen toward him. Interesting. Because Amy just told me she's with the girls, but we both know where she really is, don't we? He reached for a scotch with trembling fingers. Listen, I can explain. Explain what? The affair, the stolen money, or how you both plan to clean out the accounts next week and disappear. How did you... Does Bella know? I asked, mentioning his wife. About any of it? Please, he whispered. We can work something out. I leaned forward. Like you worked something out with my wife. His phone lit up, Amy's message clearly visible. Where are you? I'm waiting at the hotel. Looks like you're keeping someone waiting, I said, standing. Give Amy my regards. Outside, Natalie caught up with me. Got it all, clear as day. Send it to my lawyer, I said. I need to make one more stop. 20 minutes later, I pulled into the parking lot of the Grand Plaza Hotel. Amy's car sat in the corner spot, partially hidden behind a delivery van. Amateur. I took the elevator to the 4th floor, following the tracking signal from her phone. Room 412. Voices leaked through the door. Getting suspicious, Amy was saying. We need to move faster. The accounts are locked down, Lonnie replied. He knows something. Then we take what we have and go, now, tonight. And Bella, my kids, forget them. We've planned this for months. I'm not losing everything because you're getting cold feet. I pulled out my phone and pressed record, capturing every word. What about Colin? Lonnie asked. Amy's laugh was cold, unfamiliar. What about him? He trusts me completely. By the time he figures it out, we'll be gone. I'd heard enough. Back in my car, I called Talon. You were right, I said. They're planning to run. The annual family gathering is this weekend, he replied. Bella just called to confirm you and Amy are coming. A plan began forming in my mind. Tell her we wouldn't miss it. My phone buzzed with a text from Amy. Girls' night running late, staying at Lexi's. I drove home to our empty house, walked upstairs and opened our closet. Her suitcase was missing, so was her passport. Another text came through, this time from Bella. Can't wait to see you both this weekend. It's been too long since the whole family was together. I smiled for the first time in days. Looking forward to it, I replied. In fact, I'm planning a special surprise for everyone. Sitting down at my desk, I began to write, laying out every detail of what would happen at the gathering, every word of evidence, every moment of revelation. They wanted to disappear? Fine, but it would be on my terms, not theirs, and everyone would be watching. Everything's in place, Talon said, handing me a USB drive in my office. Every message, every transaction, every hotel receipt, plus the audio from last night. And the presentation? Ready to go. One click and it'll all display on the big screen at the gathering. I pocketed the drive just as Amy walked in unannounced. She'd been doing that more lately, testing my reactions. Honey, what are you doing here? Her smile was perfect, practiced. Just dropping off some documents, Talon said smoothly. I'll leave you two alone. Amy perched on my desk. I was thinking about the family gathering this weekend. Maybe we should skip it. Skip it? Why? Well, you've been so busy lately. We could use a quiet weekend alone. I touched her hand, fighting the urge to recoil. Bella's expecting us. Besides, I have something special planned. Her eyes narrowed slightly. Special? A surprise. For everyone. My phone buzzed. Natalie. Emergency at the Richardson account. Need you now. Sorry, I told Amy, standing. Duty calls. In the conference room, Natalie had the real emergency spread across her laptop. They tried to access the offshore account this morning. Failed, but they're getting desperate, I finished. Good. What about the private investigator? She pulled up photos. Amy and Lonnie entering various hotels, meeting in parking lots, sharing intimate moments they thought were secret. Bella's going to be destroyed, Natalie said quietly. Better than being stolen from and abandoned. I checked my watch. Is everything set with the caterers for Saturday? Yes, and I convinced Lonnie's assistant to schedule that emergency client meeting for Friday afternoon. He'll have to show up at the gathering straight from work. My phone lit up with a text from Lexi. Amy's acting weird. Asked me to cover for her if anyone asks about last night. Everything okay? Perfect timing, I muttered, calling her immediately. Colin, what's going on? Lexi, I need you to do exactly what Amy asked, just for 2 more days. But, please, trust me. Come to the gathering on Saturday. You'll understand everything. After hanging up, I found Talon in his office. We need one more thing. Can you set up hidden cameras at the venue? I want to capture their faces when it all comes out. He nodded grimly. Already ordered. I'll install them tomorrow. Colin? Amy's voice made us both jump. She stood in the doorway, eyes suspicious. Your mother's on line 1. Something about seating arrangements. I picked up the phone, watching Amy hover. Hi, Mom. Is she there? Mom asked immediately. Yes, just discussing the arrangements. Good. Keep her busy. Bella just called. Lonnie's been asking questions about your recent account changes. Don't worry about the seating, I said for Amy's benefit. Everything's under control. After Amy left, I slumped in my chair. How do you do it? Talon asked. Act so normal around her. I picture Saturday, I replied. Their faces when they realize everyone knows. When they understand there's no escape. My phone buzzed again. Lonnie. About Saturday. I might be late. Client emergency. No problem, I texted back. We'll wait for you before the big announcement. Announcement? Just a little company news. Nothing for you to worry about. I turned to Talon and Natalie. One more thing. Make sure Bella sits in the front row. She deserves to see everything clearly. You're sure about this? Natalie asked. Going public in front of everyone. I pulled out my phone, showing them Amy's latest message. Can't wait for our quiet weekend away next week. Just you and me. They plan to humiliate me, I said quietly. Steal my money, destroy my company, leave me with nothing. Instead, they'll get exactly what they deserve. And everyone will be watching, Talon finished. Everyone, I agreed. That's the whole point. Friday night, the pieces were falling into place. I sat in my home office, double-checking every detail while Amy packed upstairs. All cameras are live at the venue, Talon confirmed via text. Audio's crystal clear. My mother arrived early, as planned. Amy, come down for a minute, she called upstairs. I heard Amy's footsteps, watched her descend. She hugged my mother with practiced warmth. Just wanted to check your plans for tomorrow, Mom said. The caterers need final numbers by 8 a.m. Oh, we'll be there, Amy smiled. Though Lonnie might be late, some client emergency. Really? Mom's voice was perfectly casual. That's too bad. Bella was hoping to make it a proper family dinner. I watched Amy's face twitch at Bella's name. My phone buzzed. Natalie. Final checks complete. Lawyer has everything ready. Police are aware of potential financial crimes. What time tomorrow? I texted back. Officers will be there by 4. Just keep them there until then. Amy's voice filtered through my thoughts. Actually, I might be a bit late too. Hair appointment. Cancel it, I said, entering the room. I have something special planned. Need everyone there from the start. She turned, studying my face. Special? You keep saying that. What are you planning? You'll see. I smiled, remembering her hotel room words. Trust me completely, right? Something flickered in her eyes. Fear? Doubt? My phone lit up again. Lonnie, we need to talk, now. Can't, I replied. Busy with family. See you tomorrow. 3 dots appeared, disappeared, appeared again. Finally. Fine, tomorrow. Mom left after making Amy promise 4 more times to be there early. As soon as she was gone, Amy rounded on me. What's really going on, Colin? You've been acting strange for weeks. Have I? I met her gaze. How would you know? You're never home. I've been busy with work, friends, your aunt. I watched her face pale. Interesting how many excuses you need lately. She recovered quickly. What's that supposed to mean? Nothing. I held up my phone. Just got a text from Lexi. She's excited about tomorrow too. Amy grabbed her own phone, probably to warn Lonnie. I'd already had Talon block their direct communications. Service is spotty tonight, I said innocently. Storm coming maybe. Upstairs, I heard her trying different phones, growing increasingly frustrated. Finally, she came down, keys in hand. I need to run an errand. At midnight, I blocked the door. Everything okay? Fine, she snapped. I just forgot something at the office. The office where you've been helping Lonnie. Interesting work you've been doing there. She froze. What? Get some sleep, Amy. I stepped aside. Big day tomorrow. Wouldn't want to miss the surprise. She stood there, uncertainty warring with panic. Finally, she turned and went back upstairs. I called Talon. She's spooked. Have someone watch the house. Already on it. Natalie's parked down the street. I checked my presentation one final time. Photos, bank records, hotel receipts, messages, audio recordings, all perfectly ordered, ready to destroy their carefully constructed lies. A text from Bella. Lonnie's acting weird, says he might not make it tomorrow. He'll be there, I assured her. I'm having Talon pick him up. Best friend privilege. My phone lit up one last time. Amy, messaging her sister. Something's wrong. Colin knows something. Need your help tomorrow. Lexi's response came quickly. Of course. Can't wait to see you both. I smiled, picturing tomorrow. The gathering, the revelations, the justice. Sweet dreams, I called up to Amy. She didn't respond, but I heard her pacing until dawn. The family gathering was in full swing when Lonnie finally arrived, looking nervous. Amy had been checking her phone every 2 minutes, barely touching her wine. Bella sat near the front, just as planned, chatting with my mother. Everyone, I called out, tapping my glass. Before dinner, I'd like to play a little game. The room quieted. 40 pairs of eyes turned toward me. It's called Who Knows Who Best. I connected my laptop to the projector. I've prepared some questions about all of us. Should be fun. Amy's knuckles went white around her glass. Lonnie tried to edge toward the door, but Talon casually blocked his path. First question, I clicked the remote. Who knows where Amy was last Tuesday night? The screen showed a hotel security photo, time-stamped. Amy and Lonnie entering room 412. Bella's gasp cut through the silence. Next question. Another click. Bank statements appeared. Who can explain these transfers from our company accounts? Lonnie, you're the accountant. Colin, Amy stood up. Stop this. Stop what? The game's just getting started. I played the audio from their hotel room. Their voices filled the space, discussing plans to flee, to abandon their families. Bella started crying. Her teenage daughters rushed to her side. You bastard! Lonnie lunged forward, but Talon caught him. Careful, I said. Assaulting a CEO might look bad in your upcoming criminal trial. Criminal? Bella's voice shook. $500,000, I announced. Stolen from company accounts. The police are very interested in those transfers. It's not what you think, Amy pleaded, looking around the room. Every face had turned against her. We were going to pay it back. Like you were going to explain these? More photos appeared. Months of secret meetings, hidden rendezvous. Mom, Lonnie's daughter whispered. What's happening? I'll tell you what's happening, I said quietly. Your father and my wife have been planning to abandon all of us. Take the money and run. Next weekend, right? Amy turned to her sister. Lexi, please. Don't. Lexi stepped back. Don't you dare ask me to cover for you again. Sirens wailed in the distance, growing closer. That'll be the police, I said. They're very interested in financial fraud. And Bella, my lawyer will contact you tomorrow. You'll want to protect your assets quickly. How long? Bella's voice was ice. How long have you been sleeping with my husband? Before Amy could answer, police officers entered the room. Mr. Thomas, one approached Lonnie. We have some questions about certain financial transactions. You can't prove anything, Lonnie snarled. Actually, Talon stepped forward. I have complete digital records. Every transfer, every hidden account, time-stamped, authenticated, and already provided to the authorities. As the officers led Lonnie away, Amy grabbed my arm. Colin, please, we can work this out. Like you worked it out in hotel rooms? Planning to steal my money and destroy my company? I'll explain everything. Save it for the divorce lawyers. I turned to the stunned room. I'm sorry everyone had to witness this, but they planned to humiliate me, to vanish with stolen money. I figured they deserved a proper goodbye. Bella approached Amy, tears streaming down her face. Then she slapped her, hard. Get out, she hissed. Both of you, get out. As Amy fled the room, my mother stood up. Well, she announced, I believe dinner is served, though I suspect we'll be discussing this for quite some time. I watched Amy's car speed away through the window. My phone buzzed one last time. Her final message. You'll regret this. I deleted it without responding. Some messages don't deserve an answer. The morning sun filtered through my office windows as I signed the final divorce papers. My lawyer gathered them efficiently, nodding with satisfaction. The judge was particularly interested in the financial evidence, she said. Criminal charges against both of them are proceeding nicely. My phone buzzed. Bella. We've been supporting each other through this mess. Coffee? 20 minutes later, we sat in our usual corner cafe. Her eyes were clearer now, the shock replaced by determination. Lonnie's lawyer called, she said, stirring her latte. Trying to negotiate, I told him to shove it. How are the girls? Angry, hurt, but we're healing. She pulled out some papers. The house is officially mine, company shares too, thanks to your legal team. You deserve every bit of it. Did you hear about Amy? Bella asked. She tried to access your accounts again yesterday. Talon told me she's getting desperate. I showed her the latest email from Amy's lawyer, begging for a settlement. No more games, no more chances. The cafe door chimed. Lexi walked in, spotted us, and came over. Just got back from visiting Amy, she said, sitting down. She's staying at some cheap motel. Wanted me to convince you to drop the charges. And? I told her she made her bed. Now she can lie in it. Lexi's voice cracked slightly. My own sister. I still can't believe it. My phone lit up with a news alert. Local business section. Financial fraud investigation expands. Multiple charges filed. They're looking at serious time, I said. Both of them. Good, Bella and Lexi said simultaneously. Talon arrived next, right on schedule. Company stock is up 12% since the announcement. Investors love how you handled it. Speaking of handling things, Natalie joined our growing group. The forensic audit is complete. We found everything. Their little scheme would have bankrupted the company. Instead, Talon grinned. We're stronger than ever. Transparency for the win. My mother arrived last, carrying a small box. Found these at home. Thought you might want to decide what to do with them. Wedding photos, holiday cards, memories of lies. Burn them, Bella suggested. Actually, I stood up, gathering the items. I have a better idea. We walked together to the nearby shelter where I volunteered. The director greeted us warmly. Perfect timing, she said. We needed more paper for the children's art therapy class. I handed over the box. Let them create something beautiful from something broken. Back outside, my phone buzzed one final time. Amy, please, I have nothing left. That's the point, I murmured, blocking her number. Dinner at my place tonight? Mom asked. Everyone's welcome. Looking at these people, family by blood and by choice, I felt the last weight lift from my shoulders. They'd stood by me, helped expose the truth, supported me through the darkness. Actually, I said, let's try that new restaurant downtown. My treat. To new beginnings, Bella raised her coffee cup. To justice, Lexi added. To family, my mother smiled. The real kind. As we walked together through the sunny streets, I realized something. Amy and Lonnie thought they would break me, leave me with nothing. Instead, they'd shown me exactly who my true family was. "You okay?" Talon asked quietly. I looked at our laughing group, these people who chose truth over lies, loyalty over betrayal. "Yeah," I said, "I really am." We turned toward the restaurant, leaving the past where it belonged, behind us, fading like a bad dream in the morning light.